What are you doing to it?
Just engine swap.
Engine swap? Just engine swap?
Well, it had a really, really aged 454 in it that was... Basically, the guy that put it together must have kind of just gone through the catalog and said, big cam, big this, big that, big that. Didn't actually spec anything, so now it's got a crate 454. Should just work.
Awesome.
Yep. And better stall converter. Just, it's going to be a very fun car now.
Right.
Rather than a frustrating car that tries to stall on you despite being an automatic.
Right. So something that's always needing looked at, right?
Yep.
Yes, he is sandblasting, but I don't think I can see what he's sandblasting in there. That's pretty cool.
This is our air compressor tank mounting bracket.
Ah, okay. You've made some progress, buddy.
Oh, the whole thing's done. Now we're going to epoxy.
This is Casey. He's building the Hot Wheels tribute truck. And I haven't been here in a couple weeks. So he's made some progress. We'll go look at it with him here in just a few seconds when he's done sandblasting. Thank Casey.
How you doing today, Alex?
Good, how are you?
Oh, another day.
Yeah,
Friday.
Hadn't seen you in a while. Did you have a good turkey day?
Yeah, wasn't too bad, wasn't too bad. How was yours?
I had a real good time. I was at the turkey run.
Yeah, I heard it was a good time out there.
Yeah, it was real fun, yeah.
Bunch of good stuff to see.
Yeah, yeah. So, what have you been doing since I've been gone?
Basically, you were here about 2 weeks ago, roughly.
Yeah.
We went and dialed in the entire air system, the display, did all the hardware's grounding, ran the wiring, pretty much everything but plumbing lines for it. We went and decorated all the panels, got all the hardware finalized. Now we're going into epoxy and we're going to put that assembly together probably here today or then tomorrow. Well, Monday.
Awesome.
Sorry, not tomorrow. Monday.
So you wanna show me that assembly?
Yes. Alright. So this is the base plate. You'll have a compressor sitting here, compressor sitting here. You have a pedestal LED box for the air that sits right here. This panel connects to the front and goes down the chassis.
Oh, okay.
Alright.
Right.
And then this panel sits on top and is a back wall and goes up with our fifth wheel goose connection.
Okay. All right.
I put it in there, but the frame's kind of
Sure.
relevant to putting it in place.
Right. So that is going to sit right there. And that's where their tanks and compressor for all the airlines will sit right in there. Right? And I believe there's a box full of parts over here, correct?
Oh, yes sir, yes sir. So we got our compressors here. We got a big open tank. It's going to be pretty much floating. This is that LED box I was talking about on the pedestal. It just shows you you're going up or down.
Right.
We got some hard lines for the filters for the compressors. And then obviously the remote that go inside the cab.
Right. So this is the air system that will drive the bags up and down to make the truck go up and down.
Yes,
will
sir.
these also attach to the trailer? Because I heard the trailer's going to be on airbags too.
It's on its own air system. We may tie in some sensors for leveling.
Right.
That's to be discussed yet, but as far as I know, I'm not sure if we're really touching the trailer.
Okay, and I saw you were doing some sandblasting earlier. Was that for the mounts for the...
Yes, sir. Yes,
those
sir.
are out here, correct?
Sorry,
We're going to look at the mounting brackets and everything here.
so there's a little pedestal for our LED box.
Right.
So it's a center display.
Uh-huh.
This is our frame for our base.
And those pieces that you had shown me earlier will be actually on top of this, right?
Yes, sir.
Right.
So this will be here. The panel will lay, compressor running this way, compressor running this way.
Right.
And then our tank actually floats the chassis about right here and hovers the whole border line on the bottom of the chassis C-notch we made.
So now Casey's done with his sandblasting on the parts, and it looks like he's getting ready to epoxy them. What are you spraying on there, Casey?
This is a prep clean.
Uh-huh.
Cleaner and wax remover. Did a nice sandblast. Now we're gonna get blew all the sand off of it. Now we're just gonna get all the dust out of the way, all the grime, so we can lay some nice epoxy, have some good adhesion.
So the epoxy is just what a protectorant to keep it from rusting?
It's a primer sealer. It's pretty much a base primer now, and then it's a full sealer. So there'll be, as long as it's done correctly, you won't have anything that protrudes to the metal.
Awesome.
So longevity wise, it's the best thing on the market to use, because it's actually a real sealer.
So you put that on all your metal fab?
Everything we do.
Right.
It doesn't matter the cars we do. They're not sprayed with like a regular old base etching primer that they used to use, and now we use primer sealer all in one, and it's self-leveling, so it gives it a nice finish when you go to sand it out. No imperfections. Great product to use.
All right, so everything's epoxied with the proper primer. Of course, it's going to have to be flipped over because there's the other side, but once it dries, got to wait for it to dry.
All right, so we originally had a 572 big block that was just laid out beautiful for the Hot Wheels tribute, and we spoke with the client, and he wants to go ahead and give us some more power. So Chevrolet dropped a brand new 632 big block this year, 1,000 horsepower. We're going to be implanting that bad boy into this Hot Wheels tribute.
Wow, that's incredible. That's awesome, man. Wow.
So mad range power for that bulldog of a beast of a truck, you know.
I'm thinking 74 Bronco. And this vehicle was bought for the wife of the gentleman that owns that Hot Wheels. And he also owns the 48 Gasser. I guess they're doing some upgrades, making sure everything going over it, making sure everything's right. Eric's working on the steering wheel. Thomas is underneath of it working on, looks like he's putting new shocks on it.
Yep.
This is a cool car. Truck. Looks like somebody's rebuilding the gearbox.
Yeah.
For the Bronco?
Yeah, Ford RAT.
Yeah. That's what the inside of the gearbox looks like. Now, that's obviously missing a couple gears, I'm assuming.
Yeah, input shaft, output shaft.
Right, yeah.
Counter shaft bearings aren't in it yet.
Right.
Getting everything ready for Monday whenever the new parts show up.
Right.
Be able to put her back together.
Eric laying down on the job again.
That's what I do.
Hey, Dom.
What's going on?
What you doing, buddy?
Cleaning up a carburetor.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Getting all the old paint off of it? And...
No, just trying to get all the old gasket off. For whatever
Old
reason,
gasket.
everything was way over torqued on the carburetor.
Mm-hmm.
So, everything's kind of stuck. All the jets were stuck.
Wow.
I had to retap the block for one of the jets. It hasn't been pretty inside here.
What did this come off of?
That Chevelle over there with the 454.
Right, the engine swap.
Yeah. So, just trying to clean it up, make sure it's good, correct. I don't want it to run the risk of harming the new motor.
And
So-
sucking something down inside of it, or?
Well, mostly being like incorrectly jetting,
Mm-hmm.
anything of that sort, so that you know, if it starts up and it runs terribly lean or extremely excessively rich, it could wash down the cylinders.
What does that mean, wash down the cylinders?
You just have too much raw fuel inside the combustion chamber, and it wets out against the walls. So fuel then becomes a solvent, and you're washing the oil off the cylinders.
Okay, all right, okay.
So you start wearing the pistons to the walls.
All right.
So a lot of possibilities. So I'm just trying to make sure the carburetor is good and it's okay for the motor.
All right, so I've made it back here to the paint booth, and there's a Barracuda getting painted. Oh my goodness, look at that. Wow. Last time I saw this, I don't think it was quite this put together, was it?
I mean, well, it's not put together, so.
Right, yeah. Wow. A Barracuda getting plumb crazy. And there's your painter right there.
Yep, basically it's all sealed in black epoxy. We're gonna do this, since it's a high pearl metallic color, it's kind of got to be sprayed together. So right now I'm just getting the jams ready to go. So I'm sanding the door jams, trunk jam out in 500, doing whatever little fixes are left, and then those will get painted while the rest of the car is masked off, and then we'll put the car together and paint the whole thing.
Wow. So it looks like it's got a ways to go.
Yeah, a little bit. And as always, finding stuff popping up.
Sure. Yeah, you can see the different stuff that's being worked on, and looking forward to seeing it in its finished state, that's for sure. So I'm going to assume this is a 446 pack car.
It is.
Yeah.
And it's an animal that's got all the good stuff in it.
I
It's
bet.
got the motor rear end and all the. He wanted a original appearance. So the interior, it used to have the rim blow wheel on it with the horn where you just pinch the side. You end up beeping all the time inside.
Right.
But the seats and everything, it looks stock, but he had them rebolstered so they fit nice. And it's kind of his childhood dream car. So he didn't want it to look pro street or anything, but he's got stickies on it. And it gets down.
I bet it does. Awesome. Thank you, Sean. Well, it's been another great day here. I've enjoyed hanging out with the guys, watching what's going on. Everybody seems to be working really hard here to get everything in place. Got a couple cars leaving today, which will mean more cars will be coming in. And I want to thank everybody here for always having time to talk with me and explain to me things and teach me. So appreciate it, guys. Thanks a lot. Again, if you would do me a favor, down there in the corner is the subscribe button. Please subscribe to the channel and click that like button so that YouTube knows that everybody out there is enjoying what they're watching. So see you on the next episode. Have a great day.